Hello, my name is Randy Dobson. I'm an instructor here in the Houston, Texas area. In this video, we'll be covering the Autocad rectangle command. I typically show my students your basic rectangle options or commands to draw a rectangle, but I'm going to take it a little bit further. If you've watched the fillet and chamfer videos, you'll appreciate that. If you haven't, I would suggest that you might go back and watch them before watching this one, or you might come back because again, the order of the videos you watch is, it's kind of arbitrary. I try to keep you in line, but sometimes it's hard to do. Uh, but up here, the rectangle command shares with the polygon. When you do rectangle, the first thing it asks for is your first corner, and let's just say I'm going to click right here. Now, if I just want to draw a rectangle only needs two pieces of information because these two sides are equal and these two sides are equal. Okay. Now I'm going to erase that. If I come back and I want to put in specific dimensions, don't this is one thing that many students get confused. They will put the width in here, and this is actually the width of the line, not it's more of the thickness of the line, thickness or width. What you have to do is you have to select your corner and now come down here to dimensions. The length is actually across, like here this one's 10 by 20. I'm gonna do it 15 and then a width of 30, and it should be tall and skinny, and there it is. Once I do that, it will ask me where, I've got four quadrants I could put it in. I'm just moving this around wherever you put it. Once you click, now you're done. Okay, so I've got a rectangle that's 15 by 30 by 15 by 30. Okay, pretty basic thing. If you say I had a line here and a line uh, here, and I wanted a rectangle to go from this corner to this corner, I would use my O snaps, my object snaps, and I would just go to rectangle and I would type in my first point is END right there. Then my second point would be END right there, and there I've set them exactly at the endpoints of those lines. Now, pretty much that's where I would normally stop my rectangle video because there's not a lot to it. Again, the rectangle has, equal sides, so you put in this dimension, you put in that dimension, and that's it because the opposites are the same. But one thing that can save you a considerable amount of time is, and let me make sure of my distances here. I just want to know how big I'm drawing. That's about okay. So I'm going to start rectangle, and let's say that, well, let me come over here, and if I wanted to do a fillet in here, there's a separate video on this, but I just want to show you fillet, and I'm going to give it a radius of 5. And I'm going to do this there, hit enter, and I'm putting in these fillets. Okay, that didn't take too long. This is the 15 by 30, but I could come back and do that at the same time. I could go rectangle, fillet, 5. Now click my corner, then go to dimensions and type in 15 by 30, and there you have it. My fillets, my rounds. Oops, I'm sorry. There we go. Um, Dimensions 15 by 30. I forgot to select there. So I did that all at one time instead of going back and having to do each corner. The same thing is with the chamfer. If I go to chamfer and give it a distance of 5, then I select this corner. Actually, I don't want to do that. Let me back up. I'm sorry. I'm going to select chamfer, and I'm going to give it 5, and then the other side 5, hit enter. Now I'm going to pick this corner, go to dimension, type in 15 by 30, and not sure why that didn't work. Let me go back and Nothing like having an instructional video that doesn't instruct you. Let's go to chamfer. First chamfer distance is 5. Second distance is 5. I'm going to click here, and my dimensions are 15 by 30. There we go. I think I didn't hit the first 5. So there it did my chamfer corners at the same time as I was doing my rectangles. And there's several of these throughout the different commands that you really need to pay attention to and learn, because you saw how fast I did this. And I can tell you that most people out there using AutoCAD will do it like this up here, where they will make a rectangle, then they'll come back and use fillet to do these corners. They won't do these all at the same time because they've gone to rectangle, uh, and then they just hit their corner and never even saw that chamfer and fillet were down there. Okay, so that's a nice little command, and again, that stays in there, unfortunately. So if you ever have to, now for me to do a regular rectangle, I'd have to hit rectangle, chamfer, 0 and 0. Now my rectangle is normal. It holds on to the last setting. And that concludes my video on rectangle. Thank you.